And this is the part most men completely overlook. Women communicate intention through physical signals that bypass language entirely. I'm talking about a nonverbal vocabulary that women have been using forever to transmit one unmistakable message: I'm open to act on it. And if you miss these signals, she won't repeat them. She'll simply redirect that energy elsewhere towards someone who's actually paying attention. This isn't a game. It's not manipulation. It's the fundamental way that human beings have communicated desire for thousands of years, long before language ever developed. And the men who understand this language, who can read it fluently and respond appropriately, they never wonder whether a woman is interested. They know, they see it in real time, and they act on it with confidence and clarity. Here's something that'll probably frustrate you. Research published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior found that women send an average of 5 attraction signals before a man notices even the first one. 5, that means by the time you think she might be interested, she's already been broadcasting it through her body language for the past 20 minutes. And those 5 signals aren't subtle. They're not hidden. They're occurring right in front of you, often within arm's reach. But most men are so focused on what they're going to say next, so preoccupied with trying to impress her with their words, that they completely miss the conversation her body is having with them in real time. And the most revealing signals, they come from her hands. Not her eyes, not her smile, her hands. Because hands are the one part off the body most people forget to consciously control. Your face can manufacture a polite expression. Your voice can fake enthusiasm. But your hands betray what's actually happening beneath the surface every single time. You can train yourself to maintain eye contact. You can force a confident posture, but your hands, they operate on a different level. They're connected to the oldest parts of your brain, the parts that react before conscious thought even has a chance to intervene. That's why they're so reliable. That's why they're so revealing. And that's why understanding them gives you an almost unfair advantage in reading attraction. Today, I'm breaking down 8 hand gestures that reveal when a woman has decided she's attracted to you. 8 physical signals that most men walk right past without a clue. And fair warning, once you learn this, you can't unlearn it. You'll start seeing these signals everywhere, at coffee shops, at work, on dates. And the pressure is on because now you'll know exactly when she's chosen you. The only question left is whether you're ready to act on it. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which gestures mean I'm interested, which ones mean escalate now, and which ones mean you've already missed your window. Stick with me through every point because that 8th one is the most critical. And it's the one that separates men who capitalize on attraction from men who go home wondering what went wrong. Where are you watching from? By the way, drop your location below. Welcome to the channel, and I want to know where you all are tuning in from. Alright, let's get into the 8 signals. Signal 1, the hair touch with dissent. Let me start with one almost every woman does without conscious awareness. When a woman is attracted to you, her hand will move toward her hair. But here's the detail nobody explains. It's not just any hair touch. There's a specific variation that signals genuine attraction. She'll reach up, touch her hair near the side of her face or behind her ear, and then let her hand slowly descend down to her neck or collarbone. That trailing motion is the key. A woman who's just adjusting her hair will touch it, fix it, and move on. A woman who's attracted to you will let her hand linger. She'll slow the movement down deliberately. She's subconsciously drawing your attention to her neck, which is one of the most vulnerable parts of the human body. In psychology, exposing the neck is a primal trust signal. She's essentially communicating to your subconscious, I feel safe with you. I'm open to what might happen here. Drive. Monica Moore at Webster University spent over 2,000 hours observing women in social environments, and she documented that the hair touch combined with neck exposure was one of the top 3 most reliable indicators of female attraction. That's an enormous amount of observation backing up this pattern. So, if she's sitting across from you and her hand keeps floating up to her hair and drifting down to her neck, that's not nervous energy. That's an invitation. And if you don't respond to it, if you just keep talking about work or sports without acknowledging the shift in energy, she's going to assume you're not picking up what she's putting down, and she'll emotionally withdraw from the interaction. The window doesn't stay open forever. It closes quietly, often without you even realizing it's happened. Signal 2, the object displacement. This one is subtle, and most men have zero awareness. Even when a woman starts slowly running her fingers along an object, the stem of a wine glass, the edge of a coffee cup, the corner of a menu, the strap of her bag, she's doing something psychologists call tactile displacement. She wants to touch you, but the social context doesn't allow it yet. So, her hands transfer that impulse onto the nearest available object. Think about that for a second. Her body is so drawn to you that it has to touch something just to manage the physical tension building in the interaction. Research from the University of Manchester found that tactile displacement behaviors increased by over 60% when a person is in the presence of someone they find attractive. 60%. Her fingers tracing slow patterns on the rim of her glass isn't boredom. It's barely contained desire expressed through a safe proxy. And here's the part that's almost comical. Most men see this and think absolutely nothing of it. They assume she's just fidgeting. No, she's managing attraction she can't directly express yet. The object is just a stand-in because she can't exactly reach across the table and run her fingers along your forearm 15 minutes into meeting you. Well, she could. But that brings us to the next signal. Signal 3, the arm contact initiation. When a woman deliberately touches your arm during conversation, she's crossed a significant threshold. Physical touch is the most intentional signal in a woman's communication arsenal because it requires her to override her personal space boundaries. Women don't casually touch people they're not attracted to. If she places her hand on your forearm while laughing at something you said, that's not accidental. If she taps your shoulder to emphasize a point, that's not just animated communication. That's her testing the waters. She's checking how you react to her touch. Do you lean into it? Do you pull back? Do you reciprocate? Your response tells her everything she needs to know about whether it's safe to continue escalating. A study from Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin showed that light touch during conversation increased perceived attractiveness by nearly 40% in both directions, meaning when she touches you, she's not only signaling that she finds you attractive, she's also making herself more attractive to you in that moment. Women instinctively understand this, that light touch on your arm is one of the most calculated and effective moves in the entire female playbook. And yes, I said calculated. Women know exactly what they're doing when they initiate physical contact. If she touches your arm once, she's interested. If it touches it twice, she's very interested. If she touches it 3 times and you still haven't reciprocated or escalated, she's going to start questioning whether you're even picking up what she's communicating. And once she starts questioning that, the attraction begins to cool. Signal 4, the open palm display. This one flies completely under the radar, and it might be the most revealing signal of all. When a woman shows you her open palms during conversation, whether she's gesturing while talking, resting her hands on the table with palms facing upward, or handing you something with a deliberate palm-up presentation, she's communicating openness and trust on a subconscious level. Closed palms, clenched fists, hands tucked under the table or hidden in pockets. These all signal guarded energy, self-protection. Emotional distance. Open palms facing you is the body's way of saying, I have nothing to hide. I'm completely receptive to you right now. Evolutionary psychologists trace this back to early human behavior where showing open palms signified the absence of weapons and the presence of peaceful intention. It's a deeply hardwired trust signal. So, when she's sitting across from you talking with animated open palm gestures, she's not just expressive by nature, she's literally opening herself up to you emotionally and psychologically. And here's what makes this even more powerful. Most women do this completely unconsciously. She's not thinking, let me display my palms to signal receptivity. Her body is doing it automatically because her attraction to you has activated a trust response she can't consciously override. This is the kind of signal that you can't fake. It's authentic because it comes from a place that's deeper than conscious thought. Signal 5, the finger graze contact. Now we're getting into territory where she's practically spelling it out for you. If a woman finds a reason to touch your hand, whether she's playfully comparing hand sizes, jokingly reading your palm, or deliberately brushing her